Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is MKT311 and today I'm coming to you with another O-scale locomotive review, oddly enough. Kind of time to move on from the HO stuff, if you know what I mean. So in today's review I'm going to be going over Lionel's brand new 060T locomotive with Lionchief Plus 2.0 installed. So, without a further ado, let's move on with this review. So, starting up here at the front of the locomotive, here on either side of the engine's pilot, we have two little steps, one on either side. We have our Lionel Electrocoupler right here, which I will demonstrate how that works later. Moving back, here we have our operating coupler cut lever. Very nice. Moves up and down and such. Moving up here, we have some grab iron detail on the smoke box. We have some smoke box door detail here. And we also have the engine's number plate, 95. Also have some more add-on grab irons here and here. And some more here and here. So moving up on the front of the locomotive here, we have our very nice LED headlight with yet again number boards on either side of the locomotive. These are not lit number boards, by the way. This is a very powerful and bright LED headlight. So very nice headlight. I'm gonna say more grab irons, separately applied grab irons I mentioned earlier. We have our smokestack here, and this locomotive does come equipped with fan-driven smoke. I will not be demonstrating the fan-driven smoke, mainly because I'm not I've mentioned this before. I'm not a huge fan of O-scale smoke, essentially, mainly because it gets all over the tracks and all over the scenery, and it gets kind of dirty after a while, and you have to clean it. So it's just one way I try to keep my layout clean is by not using the smoke. So moving back here, we have a bell which does swing. This is the first time I've got it. This is the first time we've got a steam locomotive with a swinging bell in a little bit, so very nice to have that. So moving on the smoke box, we have some very nice rivet detail here on the side of the smoke box and on the front of it. So let's move on. So moving back along the boiler, we have our running boards down here. We have some steps along the side of the saddle tank. More of what we've seen earlier, very nice added on grab irons. Here we have our separately applied whistle, we have our sand domes and our steam dome, and what I assume is probably a water cap where you would fill the tank. Down here, see down here we have some very nice, we have our running gear, very nice running gear. Say not too much action because it has a Stevenson valve gear, but again, nothing, no gripes whatsoever. Very nice. So the words Santa Fe are crisp and legible here. That's very nice. We also have some sand lines going from the sand domes down to the drivers, and some more riveted detail along the side of the saddle tank. Excuse me there. So let's move on. So now looking at the locomotive's cab, unfortunately, this locomotive doesn't have any cab interior, mainly due to the fact that I assume there's probably all kinds of electronics and stuff inside there. So, unfortunately, this engine doesn't have any interior cab detail, but it does have two crew figures, which is very nice which is a very nice addition on Lionel's part. We have the number 95 yet again, very nice, crisp and legible. We have the suggestion of a door here, I would assume. Some molded in grab irons, which kind of sucks, but at the same time, they don't look terrible, so that's okay. We have very nice riveted detail along the side of the locomotive here, and moving around back to the coal bunker. We have ladder here going to the door just down there, and we have what I assume is probably some more molded in detail. What I assume is probably some air brake detail of some kind. See, also up here we do have a molded-in roof vent, which is for the most part for this kind of locomotive I kind of expected it. So let's move on. So moving around to the back of the locomotive, here we have yet again another operating coupler cut lever. and we have our rear electrocoupler. So the engine has a very nice coal load, nothing too special. Something I would expect to see of a locomotive of this, I guess, detail, I would say. So moving up here, we do have our rear headlight, which is identical to the front headlight. So it also has another very bright LED. It also has 2 unlit number boards here. So again, more very nice riveted detail around here. And so we'll now demonstrate some of the locomotive's features and sounds. So I just turned on my layout, and right now the locomotive is idling. So it's not hooked up to any control source, I guess. So the cool thing about this locomotive is that it is equipped with Lionel's Lionchief Plus 2.0, which essentially means you can probably control this locomotive from almost every form of control that Lionel's offered. You can control it via transformer, TMCC, Legacy, the Lionchief app, and what I'm going to be using today is I can't really try to get it in frame, the Lionel Universal Remote, mainly because I don't have TMCC or Legacy, because those are extremely expensive. They are extremely expensive units, and as of now, I do not have a lot of money because I have this engine now. So, I'm going to turn on the remote, and right now, and after that, and after the engine blows its whistle, that means it is connected. So let's go over some of the engine's various sounds and such. So first I will do so here is the engine's electrocoupler. It's a very nice little sound effect it gave off there when I uncoupled the engine from presumably a load. So that's the electrocoupler. Here is the engine's whistle. It's a very, very high-pitched whistle, but in my opinion, it's very appropriate for this kind of locomotive. Here's the engine's bell. Again, a very appropriate bell. Here's some of the crew talk.
Tower, we're ready. Is it okay to pull? Over. Please stand by. Tower master out.
Again, very nice crew talk. Pretty standard for locomotives for Lionel locomotives at this point. So I'm going to do a little slow speed demonstration of the locomotive real quickly. So after that very well made transition, let's do the slow speed. So right now the engine's reverse. Going in reverse. Let me get it. That's stopped right there. And that is the slowest I can get it. So one thing I have noticed about this locomotive in particular is it's not the smoothest runner I have. I mean my Lionchief locomotives run smoother than this engine, so I don't know if that is in particular to this model or if it's something to do with all of the Lionel 060s. But this one does tend to run a little jerkier than the others. I mean, or than my other locomotives specifically. So, with all that out of the way, let's run the engine around the layout. So here I have decided to hook up the locomotive to all of my usable cabooses, and because I was just kind of thinking, now this locomotive. Honestly, if this locomotive at like maybe let's say a museum or something, I think this is probably something that would occur, and I have seen stuff like this happen, like mainly at like the Illinois State Railway Museum. But I just thought this would be a neat way to show off the locomotive and to show off some of my older cabooses. So, without further ado, let's get this engine running. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been my review of Lionel Santa Fe 060T with Lionchief Plus 2.0. I hope that you all have enjoyed this video, and if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like the video. And if you want to see more content like this, please consider subscribing because it helps out a small creator. As if you have noticed, I don't have that many subscribers, but with your help, maybe this channel can become something a little bit bigger than it already is. So, with that all the way, this is MKT311 signing off. Have a wonderful rest of your day.